Already gave him dinner.
Okay, go lay down.
Okay, hands up. 1, 2. Now that I'm recording. Hi, honey.
Hello.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
Oh, I don't know. Just
shiny
this.
gear.
I got my medal on.
Yeah. We recorded last Saturday, and here we are the Saturday, the evening after the competition.
Yeah, I did it. It was
so much to talk about. I don't know where to begin.
Me neither, really.
We don't want to give too many spoilers away. I feel like we have a lot to discuss, but obviously there's a medal involved.
Yeah. So, hey, let's bury the lead a little bit, and you can tell me we were supposed to both compete.
Yes.
And you did not compete.
I did not. Because last Saturday, oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, we were still...
a lot has happened in a week.
Yeah.
So last Saturday, we talked about how I had an injury, a rib injury. So I don't need to go into that in any more detail. If anyone's actually listening to this, you can go to the previous episode.
Yeah.
And listen to me be very depressed and complain.
Also, like and subscribe, please.
Yeah. Very relatable if you are going through an injury, though. So, it's just real. So last Saturday, I'll just say I worked really hard and I was feeling very, very good. And I've had some time to sit with everything and just kind of think about why I felt the feelings that I did and validate those feelings. I just worked my butt off. And so the last competition that I did was 3 months ago. I won gold, which is wonderful, but I always had in the back of my head that it was like a fluke. And I just got lucky with the matches that I had, the points I got, whatever. So I really wanted to compete again and just prove to myself that, one, I'm getting even better.
Yeah.
And two, that it wasn't a fluke. So I signed up for gi and no gi. And I, like many people, struggle with my self-confidence. But I told you recently,
this was the one moment.
I was so convinced I was going to just obliterate people. I wanted to make it so apparent that the combination of my strength and skills made it undeniable that I was able to beat other people in my age and weight class.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a trying to be cocky way, but it's I have been trying to be intentional about training with the other women in my gym. And we don't go super hard on each other. I'd say when I turn it up, it's when I'm trying to get out of a submission to see okay, can I get out of this? Can I get out of a really crappy position? But I'm not offensively going 100%.
Yeah.
I still have that weird feeling of I want to make sure these people are my friends. So I don't want to go hard.
Don't want to hurt any feelings.
So I feel like I had stuff in the tank and I was still keeping up with my classmates who are mostly blue belts. And I had a couple of rolls with other white belts where I was wow, I'm giving 50% and in a dominant position for the whole round. So I was feeling very confident. And so because of that, I had that confidence before injury. When I injured myself, I was I want to say a hopeless romantic, but naively optimistic that I could still compete. And I have no idea what rib injuries are like either. So I thought maybe it would just heal up, whatever. So I made an appointment with urgent care and they were kind of we can't really tell you. You have to go get an x-ray.
It's not snapped in half. Your rib.
Yeah. She's you're probably not walking around with a punctured rib. That's all I can really tell you.
Punctured lung.
Punctured lung. You're not internally bleeding and I can't hear anything crunching. I was well, yeah. So I couldn't get an x-ray immediately. And so I decided after last Saturday, I was let me just go to Tuesday's class. That'll give me enough time where if I do well on Tuesday, but I'm sore, I can just have a couple more days of recovery. And if I go on Tuesday and I don't do well, then I give the event coordinators enough time to adjust the brackets and start to do the coping that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And so I remember walking out. I feel like you kind of gave me a look like, is this a good idea?
To Tuesday class?
Yeah.
I was slightly surprised, but
Yeah.
I
had
knew
my
it was
reasons.
your plan.
Yeah. So I went, I warmed up. Rolling still hurt, but it hurt less than Saturday. So I was like, okay, well, that's okay. And then we started drilling. And unfortunately, what we were drilling that day was almost an identical takedown to what I injured myself doing. And so I ended up just getting like into a little triplet and like watching 2 other people drill and then like doing part of the movement.
And I'm going to stop you for a second. You said rolling just about 2 minutes ago. You meant warming up.
Warming up. Sorry.
Felt.
Warming up, yes. And then drilling. Going into drilling, I was already like apprehensive about doing another takedown and like falling on the ground. Even if you're break falling, it's still
which is like the first red flag, to be honest.
Absolutely. I was like, oh, okay, well. But I also like wanted to preserve myself in a way of like, if I am feeling okay, like why get super sore right now?
Yeah.
And then I asked one of my teammates to do, and I don't think I was like forward enough by what I was expecting, but it really doesn't matter because the outcome would have been the same. So I asked for a light roll and we go in and it didn't, maybe it was a light roll, but it didn't feel like a light roll. It felt like a moderate, a normal roll, but like maybe not completely as hard as possible. And I got caught up in like really early on. She caught me in like not quite a body triangle, but like legs wrapped around torso.
Oh,
it's okay.
Okay,
we're still hooked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause for a
second.
second.
We're gonna pause.
Never an episode without the dog interrupting.
Oh my God! So you got caught in a body triangle.
Something of that sort. Yeah. And the pain was terrible. But my stubborn ass was like, well, I can't like give up 2 minutes into a roll. Let's see what the rest of the roll feels like. And let's see. And I kind of get why my brain went here, but like, I was like, let's see if I can do a decent roll and avoid pain. Like, do I have enough skill with this blue belt, but like freshly blue belt, to stop her from doing anything that hurts my body? Because with another white belt, maybe I can do that.
Sure.
And I would say I got about 50% there by just like being evasive. But what I realized is I was avoiding anything explosive. So like I was able to avoid the pain, but I wasn't able to like do good jiu-jitsu. I just felt like I was like turtling and like defending myself for the majority of the roll. And at the very end of the roll, I think she got an arm bar on me, which I like, okay, well, that's not a good sign. And then I think actually I tapped about 30 seconds from the end of that roll and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And at that point I was like, this hurts. I realized in the moment that I was done. I wasn't going to be able to compete. I felt like crying. And so I just kind of like, what's the guy's name with a really famous meme of the dude who's like, he's kind of like waving his hand. He's like a wrestler dude and he's like about to cry.
Oh, Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Look up the Vince McMahon cry meme. Like that was me. I was like, I'm done. And I walked over to the side of the mat. Luckily, our like super chill professor was there and I started talking to him about, I have this injury and I thought it'd be okay by now, but it's not. I can't compete. It sucks. And, he chatted with me for a bit. Felt good. He's very stoic, so he didn't really give me a whole lot back, but he just like let me talk to him for a second. And then after that class, I didn't want to talk to anybody. And so I kind of like, I talked to our coach, one of our coaches, who was like very eager to get me to compete again and was like, I'm not competing. Like I cannot do this. And then I went over to another one of my like girlfriends at the gym who was doing a different class, or she was watching a different class. She wasn't competing, or she wasn't training that day because she was planning on competing and she wanted to kind of preserve herself. And I was just like, I just started crying to her.
Broke down.
I broke down. We cry to each other often. I feel like we're both just empaths, so we cry a lot. And And then I was like, well, I'm crying at the gym, so I need to get it together. And then I just like beelined it out of there and then cried my way home and cried to you and then went through the process of coping with not competing. But I can say these words, but I'd be lying if I said that I'm like fully bought into them. But
right. You're not over it.
Exactly. Because I've said to multiple people, and it's the truth, but I don't feel it in my heart when I say it, which I think anyone who's injured would feel the same. But I've said I would rather sacrifice this competition and get back to training sooner than have the competition and some wins under my belt and potentially not be able to train for like 4 to 6 months because I fractured a rib, you know, or just re-injured it even more than it is right now.
And have reoccurring pain.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe it never heals.
Never heals.
Yeah. Because that's what I was seeing in the Reddit, like BJJ channels, was a lot of that. Like, don't be an idiot like I was. I still have issues to this day. Like, it still hurts. You know, I have positions I have to avoid all the time. And I'm like, no. I don't want that. I want to get back to 100%. So, yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, it still hurts, but it's interesting because the pain is less centralized and it's more just like the entire left side of my body, front and back, hurts. And so I hope that is like, I don't know what it is, but it's like the bruise spreading, my body's compensation is kind of taking its effect, but the rest of the body is healing.
The trauma is diffusing, hopefully.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like.
Spreading out.
There's something like that. So,
our bro science.
Yeah. There's something to that. Like everything isn't seized up right now, and I think I'm feeling the fatigue of the muscles that did seize to support whatever was like the most injured.
Got it.
And the area that was the most injured is still super tender, but it's not sharp pain anymore.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm sure if someone were to fall on me, it would be sharp pain, but I'm not trying to.
Which is like kind of a comment I made today. It was like, nobody in the competition would have been gentle with their knee on belly with you, right?
No.
Or stacking you.
Yeah. Now I understand why people say that like knee on sternum move is such a dirty move because that's the place where the cartilage of your ribs like flexes a ton, but like the cartilage meets the bone kind of midway through your ribs. And so like, it's just like, you can just crush the cartilage right there. It's supposed to be like, there's a ton of like nerve endings right there, like underneath your sternum. So we don't need to be assholes. Don't do that to people.
Yeah. Knee on belly's good enough, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to the competition today as water girl, cheerleader, emotional support, and I had fun. Like I was like just as nervous supporting people as I was competing last time. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
When you were going, I was so nervous. I was shaking.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was worked up when you were going.
Yeah.
And I had the boys, so I kind of had to temper it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a journey, hasn't it? I was thinking back because my competition journey started right after your competition.
Because you were like, okay, I'm committed to competing.
I'm gonna do it. And it was the morning, my back went out the morning after our anniversary dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? And when was that Sunday or Monday? And I think the competition was on Saturday or Sunday. We went to dinner the next night.
Yeah.
So you competed Sunday.
Days after the competition.
And I hurt my back the next morning or 2 mornings later.
Yeah. Well, and you're holding the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it probably like strained your back a little bit too.
But it was funny because I had decided at our dinner, our anniversary dinner, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign up and I'm going to compete.
Yeah.
And then went out, and it was like a battle from then to get to today. and
Yeah.
feel prepared.
Yeah.
And that was it was like my back was out for 2 weeks,
You got sick.
a week on, then I got sick for 2, and like I got sick like 3 times in 4 months.
Yeah. Well, you got sick. I traveled for work.
Yeah.
Twice.
And I felt like I was sitting here now. I felt like I was clawing tooth and nail through like life happening
Yeah.
to carve out time to actually prepare for the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I actually did.
Yeah.
By some grace of God, I actually
Well, but it's
pulled it
because like
together.
everything other than the things that are mandatory obligations in life is jiu-jitsu.
Say that again?
Everything in our life that is not mandatory
Got it.
for survival and healthy relationships
Yeah.
is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. We fill any free time with jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu videos,
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu doing,
Yeah.
exercising,
For jiu-jitsu.
or just health and wellness. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if I'm thinking about it right now, I am overlaying everything I do, health and wellness wise, is to support jiu-jitsu. So like,
Yeah.
Part
like
of
the benefit of being strong goes beyond jiu-jitsu, but if you're gonna do strength and conditioning, you might as well do something that benefits
supports
jiu-jitsu.
it, right? So like a big thing that I was pretty consistent with was the kettlebell mile, and I really enjoyed that, and I think it helped in a couple different ways, which is basically you grab a heavy ass kettlebell and you walk for a mile without putting it down.
Mm-hmm.
So very simple. I get to walk my dog and take my sons with me while I do it, because a lot of the time I'd be wearing our youngest in a backpack carrier while I'm carrying the kettlebell.
Yeah, and I mean you have to take care of them and like entertain them too. So it's just such a nice way to get
some work in.
Well, as my old coworker would say, get 2 birds stoned at once.
Yeah. And it's the person who put me onto it, Pavel Tatsuin, look him up, comrade. They talk about muscular endurance. And now I really want to get into sandbag work, because the guy his name is Cody Janko, I think. Check him out on the Stoned Circle or Circle Stone or something like that on YouTube. Super cool channel, but he talks about muscular endurance too with doing sandbag work. So it's just heavy grunt work.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple.
I love the feeling of that kind of work.
Yeah, it is so great. And it feels like a hard round, just slowed down.
Yeah.
Grip
strength, like the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah. And then actually putting thought into a game plan, like having a plan for what I wanted to accomplish in the competition.
Mm-hmm.
So funny that nothing went to plan.
No.
But
you go in with some confidence.
Yeah, but it was interesting because as far off the rails as it got, there were moments where I found I was cognizant enough, or like had worked on a plan to then get me back on the rails of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until my third and last match that all came to fruition, and it was such a relief.
And I think that that's a lot of like high level jiu-jitsu practitioners will talk about that. I've noticed a trend where it's like you can't be everything all at once. You can't be good at everything all at once.
Yeah.
So even in like your daily roles, like you hear people talk about like just focus on one thing during the week, but you don't really understand what they're talking about when you're new. But now it's like after doing a competition and having a game plan for a competition, and it's like a series of movements and an end goal that you're trying to get to. And there's like option A, B, maybe C, D, depending on how good you are. But like, it's the pathway and the tracks that you're trying to find your way back to, so that if you do find your way back to those tracks, the likelihood of you getting to the end goal, whether that be like taking the person's back, rear naked choke, bow and arrow, whatever that is, that you get there.
It's a well-worn path.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah. And I mean, that's how your brain works, like those neural pathways. So.
And like all the visualization, I would visualize what it would look like, how it was going to happen.
Yeah. And then you start to see stuff. Where you're like, if they give me their back, I'm going to take their back because I want to get to their back instead of like, I need to get to high mount or I need to, you know.
Or like, and you're like oblivious to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow. So all that to say, I didn't really, in the moment, like as the past couple months had played out, I knew it was like kind of tough and being like, God damn, I'm sick again. Or God damn, I didn't only got into the gym twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
But like sitting back and reflecting on it now, I'm like, wow, that was a lot of work. And I actually stuck with it because I could have easily just been like, dude, I'm way too sick. I'm pulling out, like whatever.
Yeah.
Or I've been sick too much. I'm not prepared, or I'm
nervous
this or
about
that.
my back. I'm nervous about, whatever.
Yeah, I could have been like, because on the days where I couldn't go to the gym, I was like, okay, well, go do jiu-jitsu. I was like, well, I'm absolutely prioritizing kettlebell grunt work.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that because that is going to be beneficial.
It's better than nothing.
So it was like stacking up pebbles. I felt like I'd been just stacking pebbles all month, and it all accumulated to.
Let's also add to that we've been eating pretty clean.
Yes.
We don't drink alcohol, so had our first beer tonight for the first time in
it was delicious.
A while. It made me want more. I was like, do we have more beer?
Yeah.
Can I get drunk tonight?
How drunk can we get? That'll be next weekend for our.
Oh, that's true. We're going to go hang out with the homies.
Yeah. So should we watch the videos?
Yeah.
We took videos. And
you can put them in the frame so that it'll play with the podcast.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So this isn't honest first look. We watched them earlier with my mom while she was here. And
thanks, Grandma, for watching Grandma. The kids.
And then I trimmed them up so they're a little bit
nice,
more condensed.
Well, before we get into it, you had 3 matches.
Yes, I had 3 matches.
I tried to record all 3. They're absolutely terrible. But I at least got a little bit of the second match from behind the judges' table, which is nice because you tried to record all 3 with our little...
I'm so happy it worked.
What's it called?
I got a DJI Osmo Pocket 2.
Yeah. Like we really wanted to do one, but we're like, let's get the cheap one first and see if it works.
The 4 is out, and somebody posted a 2 on eBay listed as a 1, so I got it for like $90.
Yeah.
And bought like a $45 memory card.
Great. And
it worked perfect. It's like the video quality is great. I just should probably learn how to use it a little bit better. In any case,
we got it.
And so now,
but you somehow messed up the second recording, so it's going to be DJI and then Krystal's shaky, nervous iPhone
from behind the barricades.
Yeah.
And then back to the DJI. So I won my first match. I lost my second match, won my third match, and took bronze in my weight class or my division. But so funny that the match I lost didn't get recorded, and I promise I didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of bummed. I wish I would have been able to see it because your losses are the best teachings, right?
Some other people might have gotten it, but we'll see.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, hold on. Pause.
Trying to get the audio to play. Thank goodness you're technically savvy. You'd think me working at a tech company would help, but nope.
Let's try that again. And I might have to adjust the volume. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's okay. Oh man, I was so nervous. And he shoots on me, and I try and sprawl.
He really wanted like a single or a double.
Yeah. And I got kind of lucky that
right there, the fact that you were able to
boom. Yeah, finally got my hips to the mat, and then
get your balance.
Wanted to, I didn't let him get on top. I fought for it.
Yeah.
We're back up to standing. We start fixing our gis. He headbutted me just then in the face.
You can almost like hear it.
Yeah, it hurt. And I got a fat lip, so I'll post a photo of it.
Your balance is really good.
Heavy bass.
He's a very top heavy dude too.
But my
Don't worry about your key.
So
I was
tried to
doing
go
the same
this
thing.
way.
I was like, take his back. And his like homies were next to me. And I was like, sorry.
I tried to go one way. Or no, it was different.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Oh, man, you had it right
I had
there.
it right there. And then...
Okay. Don't grab his... You're like, Calvo told me to.
Not even. Oh, I guess, yeah, he did. Huh.
We've seen him do it.
Right here, I was like, hell yeah.
seen it.
And now I am pulling as hard as I can.
Yeah, relax into it. Because, like, you are using your core so much right here.
Yeah. And I actually did relax. And it was so funny because right here I'm feeling him, like, kind of squirm, and the gi is coming tighter and tighter around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
But I am holding on with what we call Yoda grips, which is just my index, my middle, and my thumb. And it was like, and he taps.
And he taps.
If that grip was I was like watching his elbow, his arm, like a hawk, because if that grip came off, I was gonna just dive on his arm and go for an arm bar, because I had my feet wrapped around his head.
Yeah.
You know, ankles crossed. Whee! I was so relieved that I won.
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I actually just fucking did it.
Yeah. So, really interesting because lucky we have a coach who is really good at bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Chokes. And it drives him crazy that we mess him up often. And he spent a week in the last month or so working on it. And that was one of the weeks where I didn't make it to morning class and you did. So you got like 2 or 3 classes with him strictly on bow and arrows.
Yeah.
And
that was very helpful.
Yeah. I think I only got 1 of those classes with him. And I was like, oh, dang. But even after that 1 class, I was like catching him all the time. So
when I stepped my foot over and I got my foot on the ground and it was kind of like an S mount, I was like, yes, I got a good position, because then you can kind of like get.
Are you talking about the foot that was over his belly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because then my shin was behind his back, and I'm like, he's trapped. Because I had the grip, I had the pant leg, I stepped the foot over, and I was like, he's trapped.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think that the only thing that we noticed when we were watching this earlier is like the foot that steps over on his belly side, like pulling that heel in, because you can see, like, I don't think he could have gotten away, but if your grip broke, he was so far away
to like squeeze out,
because his hips started like scooching farther and farther away from you.
Yeah.
But you wrapped him up in more of that like crossed ankle hold on the top, and like I don't think he was going to get away from that with how tired he was. So
that, and like his elbow was right there, and I was laser focused on it. But I really did relax. Like once my coach was like screaming at me to relax, I actually did. I kind of just settled down.
If he breaks his grip, you don't want to be gassed right now.
Yeah, and he's going to end up on top.
Yeah.
So there we go. There's the first match.
Good job. And that was only, 2 minutes? 2.5? Okay, and then before this one starts, Ross comes in from the left, and his opponent... The second I saw that dude, he walked out with his sneakers, his fresh sneakers and socks on. I was like, get this man some sandals. And he looked very macho.
Can I be honest right now? He had me beat before the match started.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you're like, of all the dudes, this guy, he just machismo. Like, he had this like Jersey Shore kind of vibe about him. But Eastern European.
Yeah, there was a rush, like a I don't know why it matters, but only say this because he like broken English. But there was a Russian dude who used to come in and train with us in the mornings, and that dude was a problem. Is he? Oh, he's Ukrainian. Yeah. My apologies, buddy, if you're listening. And he would truck us around.
Yeah.
Like he was just, they called him the Juggernaut, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
would be like, I don't know any jujitsu.
Jiu-jitsu,
And then
and
all of
then
a sudden we learned that like he like did Sambo growing up for like a decade. And
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, like
Do
calm
you
down.
grapple?
Yeah. Do you know how to wrestle? And then I got the same energy from this guy where it was just like once he got his hands on me, I was like, ruh-roh.
He's strong.
Yeah.
And it's not like the first guy wasn't strong. You could tell that
Right.
guy was strong too.
Yeah. But so saying that, right, in the moment, I'm like, dang it. I don't know how I'm going to do with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm going to do anything
Shook
with this
you a
guy.
little.
He shook me out. It was like he mentally got me
Yeah.
beforehand. Watching the video back, I was like, dang.
There's more.
There was like he wasn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't impossible to beat.
No.
So, you know, again,
I like as soon as that match was over, I was just like, well, he came in with the plan and he executed it.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't be surprised if he did that same thing with every
single person. And like probably like, okay, anyhow, we'll watch. Here
Yeah.
we go. I want you to watch for the end too, because our friend makes a really funny face. You'll see it at the pause.
Okay.
Let's go, Russ! Let's go, Russ! Let's go, Uncle Sean!
Who the hell is Uncle Sean? Boop. And immediately I'm like, I don't want to be gripped up by you. And
And he
chucks
does like
me
a little
down.
bit of a hip throw. And he's on top right now. That's all I could see from my
He
position.
just gets knee on belly right about now. And I turn away from him.
And-
Big mistake. And whoop, grabs
got
the
you.
arm and armbar.
Wow.
And he got me. I actually hung out there for a while.
Well, that's what our coach was saying. He's like, yeah. and our friend, our bestie,
Yeah.
looks over like, shit.
It's such a good
I
face.
can just hear him. You should take a screenshot of this.
I will.
Yeah, that was hard not being able to see that, you know.
He's like, damn.
Yeah, but our coach
was quick.
was like, you know, for how long you stuck it out in that armbar,
Armbar.
like we got to teach you how to hitchhike your way out of that.
Yeah. Which my elbow's a little tender, I will admit, but
Yeah, he fell back pretty effing fast.
but it's not any worse than I've felt from somebody else armbarring me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's because I actually was like, you know what? He either wasn't great at applying the armbar, or he was like, what's this dude doing? And it was gentle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But no, I don't know though, because the speed that he jumped on your arm was surprising.
And what do you mean by that? Like
The speed that he used
Yeah.
to try to catch your arm and fall back,
Yeah.
that was not slow. So I don't think he was like, what is this guy doing? Like he went for it.
right, but like while I'm in it and I'm not tapping,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Is like he gripped it up. He snatched it up quick. He fell
Yeah.
back, and it was almost like he either was not good at like finishing it
Mm-hmm.
and
He was
let
probably
me.
just thoughtful.
But I think he was just kind of like, come on, bro, like tap, come on, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if I got someone an arm bar, I would do the same thing. I'd just like make sure it's tight, hope
Yeah.
it's tight, and then like gently.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would. What am I wishing? I wish. In the moment, I really did feel like I blacked out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of came to.
He came into your space,
Yeah.
and it felt like you were like retreating
Yeah.
almost immediately instead of like, okay, let's
matching
go.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like I kind of came to looking at the ceiling with my arm in between his legs. I was like, shit. And then me trying to get out of it, I felt like my feet were trying to like kickstart the engine of my brain.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do something. There's something here. You can
Yeah.
hitchhike out of this. You can roll. Like,
Yeah.
you know what to do, but it was almost like, like I couldn't
Yeah.
get the synapses to fire.
Yeah. And that's your nervous system going like, do we have anything to? Nope. Okay.
We know we can
We're
tap.
dead.
You just tap. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not upset about it necessarily.
Like you said, you got the full experience.
I got the full experience. I am mad that I let somebody bulldog me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to get stronger and I don't want to get bulldogged like that again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And the match for the medal. So 3, 2, 1.
For white belt 222 and above. Please find ring coordinator.
I remember after your second match, you were like, wait, I get to go again? Or I have to go again? Also trying to go for...
Another dude. And
I will say, sorry, mister, but that was a slow shoot.
And then he wraps me. I'm like, I'll just... And then I go the other way. Boop, boop, boop.
Nice. Good speed.
I was proud of that. I was proud
Yeah.
of, like, switching it up,
Yeah.
you know?
Robert Ortega.
I could see this match better, which is nice. But this is the match where I was getting so stoked that I was, like, shaking my phone all over the place. I was recording the ceiling at one point.
And I can't exactly remember. We're just looking at our butts here, but I think I'm just, like, you know, trying to get a hand around his neck.
You were trying to get a rear naked choke, I think, and you just, like, he just wouldn't give it to you.
Yeah, and I'm, like, trying to flatten
You
him
guys had,
out.
like, a very classic, like, grip battle
Yeah.
from the back on this one, I feel like. And then there's something happened here where I was like, oh, no. I had a little bit of a panic. I thought that he was going to be able to
Reverse it.
reverse it. Or at least that you'd have to give it up for, like, close guard or something.
Yeah.
I also
I'm just-
really didn't want the ref to stop things when you guys were out of bounds because I feel like that would give him an advantage with, like, being able to reset. And you're still going for you want the bow and arrow here, or you want a rear naked?
I was going for the rear naked.
Okay.
Just because, like, my arm came all the way around, and I was like, oh, I'm on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I was, like, just trying to, like,
Yeah.
creep it farther, but
Yeah.
I couldn't, like, he was grabbing my opposite hand, like,
Yeah.
cuff, and I
Yeah,
couldn't
he kept grabbing
free
your
it.
hands and your wrists.
And so now,
And what do you say, Ross? Turn him to
turn
him
him
to
to
back.
his back. And
Yeah.
when he said that, I was like, why would I want to take his back again? Boop. And then
And then he rolls, which you should do. Look to his feet.
I was like, I'm trying. And he gets out, and I just take the back again.
That was lucky, not a lucky. I mean, it's a smart move, but good that happened.
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, I'll just grip him up again.
Yeah. At this point, I was trying to tell you, like, at this point, you got so many points.
I think I was at 17 points.
Yeah. I was like, he's so gassed. Like, you could just run it out.
No, we submit people in this house, honey.
I know. I was so ready to just submit the F out of people. Got that high mount.
Yep. And then now
Scooching up.
I'm trying to. I grabbed his head.
Get your knee above his head. Higher.
Boop. I
He
did
looks
kind of
pretty deflated. He doesn't look like he's hurt, though.
crank on that kind of hard. Sorry, buddy. He was very nice.
Yeah.
I liked taking my moment to get myself.
Yeah.
I was like, I won. I can take the moment.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
And we hugged.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So there it is.
Ooh.
Thank you, honey. Appreciate your support and
Yeah. Proud of you.
proud of me.
Yeah, you should be. Doesn't require wins to be proud, but feels good.
I don't think it's in my nature to fight.
I think it's in my nature to fight.
Yeah. The honest.
It's so interesting though, right?
Yeah.
Because like I think if people were to meet us at first glance, just our personalities, you know, you're a little bit more outgoing than I am, and just
Yeah.
I don't know, you've just been like you're more fiery as a child,
Yeah.
like generally you have a brother, and then me, I'm like just calm, mellow, shy.
Maybe I'm confused. Not necessarily confused, but like conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I've told myself it's not in my nature to fight for so long, and like you even heard my mom say it today.
Yeah, when she said, "I didn't raise you to be like this," or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like
And
that.
she was saying it in a joking way,
Yeah.
but also like there's some truth to that.
And I think she sees something, being my mother, that's like naturally like maybe I wasn't as aggressive or something, or like never gave her that.
You were raised by a feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while I had a bunch of thoughts racing through my head at the competition and during it, I was very excited to get in there and do it. It was nothing like what I expected. And I think maybe that's the first like kind of hurdle of like confliction within myself was I was like, I am ready to feel that gas and put it on somebody and like go for it.
And you're saying you were feeling this before the competition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was very nervous,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just naturally, but I was like excited to feel that extra gear.
Yeah.
And to like go to a place I don't go to
Yeah.
in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I never got there.
Yeah.
I never got there today. Like it didn't ignite the fire in me.
Okay.
Do
Do you think it's just because you had a relatively easy time though with your first and third match, and then the second one you just had no time to fight?
maybe. And maybe, right? Like, but this competition was nothing like I expected. I just didn't get there, right?
Yeah.
And I realized, or at least the takeaway I got from this competition was like, it's not necessarily about that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you don't need to get there.
Maybe it isn't that you go out there and go raw and like maul somebody. Maybe it is about technique and actually knowing jiu-jitsu and like seeing 3 steps ahead because of the well-worn path that now it really is chess with dire consequences.
Totally.
And I think I'm in relatively good shape.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're, I think the oldest. No, the guy that I know that the guy that you competed against first, you guys are the same age.
okay.
But you're one of the oldest in your division, I think.
Yeah. And like, I never felt like I actually had redlined.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I was never like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Like I never got there.
Yeah. And all of your matches were under 3 minutes.
Yeah. So maybe I would be different if I went full 5 and for points.
Yeah.
And time will tell if I compete again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly was like, oh, I could take or leave this competing.
Yeah.
When I was after the competition, like when I was like
I did it.
after my third, even winning after the third one, I was like, oh, I could take and leave this.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I don't like jiu-jitsu or I could take and leave jiu-jitsu. It was competing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. But I'm proud, like in a way I'm like proud, and it pushed me. It was something that it did take kind of a lot of convincing early on to say, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like at our anniversary dinner.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like internal convincing and like having to just be like, sign your name up, put the money down, because if not, you're going to overthink this and probably not do it and back out and then have those thoughts of like, what if?
I think it's reminiscent of, I mean, it's similar to the journey that we went through with CrossFit, where I competed more, but you still competed, but you competed and coached, right?
Yeah.
And like you just kind of took a slightly different journey, but you still competed occasionally.
Yeah, I did local throwdowns and whatnot.
Yeah. Or like fill in for teams when they needed somebody, like that sort of thing.
And
but you weren't like seeking out.
Yeah.
the next competition. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like every once in a while you'll be like, oh, I need to challenge myself.
Yeah. tune
I
myself
also
up.
wonder too if like you being like an average build man in our gym, like you're getting that stimulus from your daily rolls.
I am.
With the plethora of training partners
Yeah.
that you have at your disposal. Whereas me, I feel like it's a little bit of like I love competing and a lot of, well, if I want to test myself, I have to go compete.
You have to put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
When I'm getting these kind of roles a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm not
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. And that's not to say that's like, oh, I get these roles all the time, so I wasn't nervous and it wasn't a big deal.
No.
So there's still that hurdle of like getting out there on the mat in front of everybody
Mm-hmm.
and doing it. And that is scary. And I do find value in going head first into things that scare you and give you pause. So the other part of me is like, no, keep competing.
Yeah.
There's something here.
Mm-hmm.
Keep competing. Even if it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. And maybe that's a good thing to realize now. Like, let those expectations of like, this is the place where you go out there and just like, let it all fly.
Mm-hmm.
No, take it seriously. Prep, focus, work on a game plan. Like, get better jiu-jitsu. Like, that's the point.
Yeah. There's a reason why there are a lot of people who probably compete like once a year or even like as seldom as like once every belt, just to make sure that they're like challenging themselves in that way.
Yeah.
This local comp that we have is 3 times a year. So that's really nice that you always kind of have something.
Yeah.
And then there's a series that it's pretty popular up in Everett that happens.
Oh.
I just got a message from my jiu-jitsu pen pal.
Nice.
And IBJJF kind of travels and comes close every once in a while. So they're in Portland here in a week and there's a lot going on. So
man.
we got options. I'd love to do an IBJJF competition in the future. I hope that they come to Seattle soon. And
Maybe we have a camper, honey. We can go.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
We have to do the obligatory. Where is it? Oh man. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna not change the subject, but kind of pivot a little bit to like what's next, because you're talking a little bit about what's next as far as competition and stuff goes. What's next for your
Jiu-jitsu?
jiu-jitsu?
I was thinking about that today. I really want to get good at single legs.
Okay.
I think that would be like this competition. I was planning on snapping somebody down and or getting a body lock and like taking them down to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Before you go
for it.
That is one thing that I had an internal critique of your game plan, but I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Was that like you didn't have a takedown as a part of the start of your like I always imagined it'd be like aggressive snap down to single or aggressive snap down. I know that you wanted them to pull guard, but it's like you can't predict somebody else's.
Sure. But I did work on getting a body lock and then taking them down backwards. So that was ideal.
So your takedown was snapping them down to their knees.
Well, a couple snap downs just to rattle the cage, see if they would pull guard. But the takedown, it was kind of like...
Oh, coming behind them.
Coming behind it, like ducking an arm.
Okay.
Or if they're really aggressively pushing into me, like shucking that, or kind of coming over and karate chopping them to then like get the body lock and then dump them backwards and then end up in side control.
Yeah. All I say is that it seemed like you had like 3 different openers that were a possibility.
Yeah.
And in a way, like in my mind, it's like that's too much, too distracting.
Sure.
Versus just like
Yeah, and I didn't
going for.
do not one of them. So obviously, I think you're
Yeah.
onto something there.
Yeah.
And the only guy, because it was also funny because the first match and the third match, the guys shot.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
And
true.
it's like-
yeah. It's like, what were you going to do? Okay.
Yeah,
They just kind of
okay.
handed you their backs.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
So I got to skip go
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
And then the other guy actually gave me something to work with, and I blanked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I could have shucked him. I could have drove into him and like kind of worked my game, but
Yeah.
I just retreated.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to go against this
Yeah.
guy. He looks like a killer. So, you know,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah. No,
but-
totally.
You know, now, not that I feel like I'm terribly good at those right now, but I'm like, there's a reason why a lot of people work on single leg takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm just going off of the advice from a English as a second language Hispanic dude who was like super cool at our old gym, who was like, you work on single leg takedowns now. Like that's all you should do.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And didn't do it. But, thinking back on it now, I'm like, oh, maybe he was onto something.
Yeah.
And
You have
you know,
the speed for it. So.
yeah, there's something, I don't know. I'm like, part of me wants to figure it out. Maybe
Mhm.
that's it. And then I let people blow past my guard. So I got to figure out some sort of guard.
Mm-hmm.
I got to work. Because that second dude, it was like paper.
Yeah.
I let him right in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, even if he chucked me down,
You should have been
I should have like,
feet on hips and just create some space or something.
yeah, something.
Yeah.
And I do that a lot in the gym where I just kind of like, and I think that's a lot to do with, I think naturally I was just trying to feel people out in the beginning and protect my back
Mm-hmm.
and not like tense up and resist.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, just let them in and then we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I need to break that habit now because I don't think that's really a problem
Mm-hmm.
anymore. My back, I never feel very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Which is, thank you, like to whatever
Yeah.
is out there helping me with that.
Core strength.
Core strength, kettlebell mile. But I need to work on a good guard.
Yeah.
And listening to, what's her name? Bo. Her name is Bo. She was on the I Suck at Jiu-Jitsu podcast. And she was saying like, as long as you have a good guard, you have a very good game plan.
The Asian girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I don't-
Bo something. Her
Okay.
name is Bo. And
Yeah.
then her handle is, I can't remember.
Yeah, I've
She's
been thinking
awesome.
about trying to find it. She's funny.
Okay, well, real quick, obligatory. There, I got my air horn
Oh, okay, cool.
for medaling at the competition.
Yeah. You can cut that in if you need to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else?
What's next for me?
Yeah, what's next for you? How are you gonna manage your ribs and
Yeah.
moving forward?
Well, I'm going to do everything I possibly can because, boy, am I hungry to come back.
Yeah.
I just need to keep my mood in check because, like, that's, like, the number one is just, it's really easy to get down and then just kind of, like, give it all up and be like, well, I'm not going to do anything until I feel better. But I think I'm at a point right now with the healing where I'm about 2 weeks in. So I think a lot of the initial inflammation has gone down. So I've been thinking about finding an acupuncturist. I'm going to order some naturopathic topicals just because I'm like, why not? You know, what's an extra $30-$40? And then I am going to do some PT type exercises, stretches. And then as far as jiu-jitsu goes, my plan, at least for the next week, probably 2 weeks, is go to 2 to 3 classes a week, just warm up and drill to the best of my ability, and then watch people roll and like learn from them. And while they roll, do some PT exercises over on the corner.
Yeah. Don't leave the mat, by the way.
No, don't leave the mat. And then I want to sprinkle in some strength training and just work on some whatever I can do without any pain, which I'm not sure what that is yet.
Yeah.
So probably going to be working on my booty, my legs,
Let's go.
some curls, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But just anything to like keep me busy, help me sweat. And then I want to keep my diet in check because I've eaten like crap for the last week. After realizing I wasn't going to compete, but I was like starting to get kind of lean and I was liking it, feeling good. So while I'm not going to like cut, I'm not going to be in a calorie deficit. I do want to kind of stick to, the recommended TDEE, whatever it is called. And then I want to eat more protein.
Yes.
So it's kind of like micro goals, but I just know that I need goals, especially during a time of injury. So I can still have goals. And then, ultimately the goal is get healthy to get better because this is fun. And to have made some progress in the last couple of months and then feel like I lost the ability to show. It's not like I lost the skills. I just lost the ability to showcase those skills. Hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, honey.
Right.
But
maybe,
you'll be back.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe by next week I'll be like, I'm feeling, I feel better right now than I did last week.
That's good.
And next week, hopefully I feel better too. So.
Yeah. Let's get you healed up so that it's not chronic.
Yeah. I'm going to invest a little bit in myself. If I spend $100 on some stuff that'll help me feel better, then I'll do it.
Good. Well, that's all I got.
Me too.
This was week 35.
Okay.
35 weeks of jiu-jitsu, and I did my first competition. So those videos on YouTube of people doing like, I did a competition after 2 weeks of jiu-jitsu. It was just crazy.
Crazy to think about.
Crazy.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah. You guys are more brave than I.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't forget. Well, actually, I love you, honey.
I love you.
Thank you. And don't forget,